Hello students. Now in this particular picture what you are seeing is the Beutia genus plant, which is called the Beutia monosperma, right? We have talked about this particular family of the Fabaceae. In this particular family, the plants were showing the Papilionaceous corolla. Okay, as you can see, the inflorescence is here, and in this inflorescence, you can clearly observe the Papilionaceous corolla is there in this particular plants. Okay, the overall plant is a shrubby in nature. Okay, see how the shrubby or nearly tree habit is shown by these particular plants, and how the branching system is there, right? Now see right from the base how the solid stem is coming out, solid cylindrical stem is there, and later it got converted into the various branches. Okay, and all these branches are covered with the leaves, right? See how the leaves are there, the green color leaves are there, and whatever the inflorescence is there, the very beautiful inflorescence is there. Now botanically speaking, if you observe carefully these plants, okay, now see how the Papilionaceous corolla is there, and actually the 2 plus 2 plus 1 arrangement is there in the flower. Okay, now let us observe it. Now see carefully, I have taken out the one individual flower from the plant, and observe there is a one bigger petal, and after that there are two smaller lateral petals, while the inner two are the smaller petals, even smaller petals, right? So all this arrangement in this particular flower is showing the Papilionaceous type of the corolla arrangement. Okay, and that is why under the floral formula we like to write down 1 plus 2 plus 2 arrangement, right? And at the final we have to bracket the last two, because the last two ones are close. Okay, observe this, the last two corollas or the petals are got fuse with one another, right? So this fusion, okay, whatever the fusion is there, we like to show it by giving the bracket to the last two members of the petals. Okay, while the first petal, that is this petal, bigger petal, this bigger petal is individual and free, and the lateral two petals are also free, right? But the last two, which are called as the keel or the carina, they are completely fused with one another. Okay, petal is called as the vexillum. Okay, now let me show you, whatever the bigger petal is there, this petal, okay, this particular petal is called as the vexillum, while the lateral two petals, okay, these are two petals, are called as the wings. Okay, while the last two petals here, you will find these are the keel. Okay, and they are fused. Okay, and due to their fusion we put the bracket at the end of the floral formula. Okay, so 1 plus 2 arrangement is there in this particular flower. Okay, now what about the androecium and the gynoecium, where the androecium and gynoecium are there in this particular flower? Okay, so let me open this particular flower for you. Okay, just a moment. Now observe, when we break open the last two petals, which are called as the keel or the carina, inside you will find there is a presence of the androecium, and at the apex of the each stamen you can clearly observe how stamens are there. Okay, and they are having the common staminal tube. Okay, actually the large staminal tubes can be seen, right, which is coming right from the base of the flower, right? So here the flower is not only showing the corolla, but also it is showing the androeciums as well. Okay, now what about the calyx? Now observe the calyx. Okay, the gamocephalous calyx is there. See calyx, how they are fused with one another, and they were forming actually the one single tube. Okay, and that is why gamocephalous nature is there for the these a particular calyx. Okay, and below you will have the pedicel to the flower. Okay, that is the flowers are pedicellate in nature, while the whole flower looks very pink and beautiful. It is very useful for the attracting the insects. All right, so it is this adaptation, this particular adaptation of the Papilionaceous corolla is to attract the butterflies, right? So the you should remember the pedicellate flowers are there in this particular Beutia monosperma plant. Then the calyx are 5 in number, and they are gamocephalous, while the corolla is polypetalous for first three petals, while the gamopetalous for the last two petals. Okay, that is the first bigger petal, the outer petal is the vexillum, which is free. Then the two lateral ones, okay, two lateral ones are there, and these are two lateral are again free, and the last two ones are called as the keel or the carina, they are fused. Okay, and inside these fused petals you will find the presence of the stamens. Okay, so stamens are present inside these particular uh, wings, sorry, or the keel or the carina. Okay, now if you observe carefully, what I want to show you here, generally there are the 10 stamens in the Beutia monosperma plant. Okay, and they were having the diadelphous condition, that is the 9 are united to form one single stamen tube, while the one is having the individual stamen tube. So in this particular flower, you can clearly see there is a 9+1 arrangement. Okay, if you observe carefully, nines are fused and one is free, right? So two pollen tube, or say two stamen tubes are formed here, and due to this two stamen tube, this particular arrangement is described as a diadelphous condition. Okay, which is widespread in the Fabaceae family. Now, this diadelphous condition can be the monoadelphous in several plants, while in this particular flower, you can easily observe the diadelphous condition, because see, the nine are how the nine are fused with one another, while the other one is free right here. Okay, observe carefully. Let me put this on the ground. You can clearly observe how the nine are united. Okay, all the nine androeciums are united, while the one, this one, okay, this one is free. It is called 9+1 arrangement, and the nine are fused to form the one bigger staminal tube, while the one is free, again it creating the second staminal tube. Here the diadelphous condition is there. Okay, while talking about its gynoecium, okay, at the tip here you will see the monocarpellary gynoecium, that is only the single carpel is there, and this particular single carpel is having the stigma at the top here. Okay, so this is the top stigma, and this is the bisexual flower or the hermaphrodite flower, that is both the sex organs are present on the. So this is an hermaphrodite flower because both androecium and gynoecium are present on the same flower, and the stigma is only the one, because one carpel is there at the top, while the androeciums are 10 in number, because 9+1 arrangement is there, and diadelphous condition can be easily seen in this particular flower. Okay, so this is how you can identify the Fabaceae member, because Fabaceae member always have the zygomorphic flowers. Okay, now zygomorphic flowers has a very characteristic feature of the 1+2+2 arrangement in their flowers petal, right? Petals, one is the vexillum, other two are the wings, while the rest two, which are fused, are called as the keel or carina. Okay, and inside this carina you will find the diadelphous condition, in which there are 9 attach stamens with one another, while one is free. That hence the diadelphous condition is there for this particular flower. Okay, now if you observe rest of the vegetative characteristics of this plant, okay, now the shrubby or the nearly tree appearance is there for this particular plant species, and this particular plant is actually flowered in right from the February to the March to the April. Okay, these months are typical months for these plants to get flowered. Okay, see how many flowers are there. Generally raceme type of the inflorescence is there in the flowers, right? And these are typically insect pollinated plants. Okay, if you can observe carefully how many insects are there on these flowers. Okay, many insects are there, hence the pollination is entomophilous type of the pollination. As you know, we have discussed the Fabaceae family, and we have already talked about this family, that these members are having the insect pollination. Okay, observe this here, how the insects are visiting regularly the flowers. Okay, and hence they were pollinating the flowers. Okay, now here if you observe carefully, see how the gynoecium or the say carpel, the top of the carpel is coming out of the keel, right? Keel, or finally the in the carina, this portion is called as the carina, and from this carina the gynoecium is coming out. Okay, that is the whatever the stigma is there, single stigma, it is outside. Okay, because it should be easily get visited by the insects. Okay, so that it will get easily pollinated. Okay, so hermaphrodite flowers are there, insects are visiting regularly, hence the pollen grains are transferring right from one flower to the another flower. Okay, so this is a very easy type of the pollination, right? And observe the carefully the whole tree. You should carefully remember we are talking about the Fabaceae family member, right? And Beautia monosperma is a beautiful example to be mentioned in the UPSC mains examination.